Well, Brian, if you were in the stands last night, hard to put into words what we witnessed. But now that we've had a little bit of time to digest it all, the Seahawks winning their 5th consecutive game, coming back from a huge deficit in the 4th quarter, forcing overtime, then going for 2, down by 7, scoring the touchdown, and then the game-winning 2-point conversion to Eric Saubert from Sam Darnold. What are your thoughts as the Seahawks now have the control in the NFC West?
It's just a lot to take in. It really is. I mean, like you said, down 30-14. We're up here planning, well, where do you think we'll go? Chicago for the first round of the playoffs? Maybe Philly? Maybe Tampa? Maybe Carolina? Who knows? You're just not expecting to be in the mix for that first round bye and the number 1 seed, and then things change just like that. And when the Rams punted Rashid Shaheed, I said, they better not punt to him. That's really the one thing that'll get the Seahawks back in this game. And they punted to him, and he took it to the house.
Talk about a spark plug. And that really was the turning point in the 4th quarter. But how about the Seahawks' defensive effort, forcing multiple 3-and-outs of Matthew Stafford and the Rams just to give the Seahawks a chance to get back in this one?
I think one of those old cliches you always look at is, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. And that's exactly what went down with this defense.
Yeah.
The start was a little shaky. Stafford kind of, the Rams moved the ball a little bit. Stafford threw the ball around. But then when it came down to it, when you really needed the stops, you got pressure on Stafford. You forced the 3-and-outs, and you got the ball back to your offense, which is so just a huge ups for the defense, really making the adjustments they needed to come through with the big plays.
The Seahawks win this one despite 3 turnovers, 2 of which came from Sam Darnold throwing interceptions in the second half. That was going to be the narrative of this game had the Seahawks lost. What can you now say about Darnold, given that he led the game-winning touchdown drive in overtime?
I'd say he's resilient. At one point, again, when you're playing the Rams this season, you have 0 touchdown passes and 6 interceptions, and then he threw 2 touchdowns to finish that game off. 1 game-tying drive in the 4th quarter, and 1 game-winning drive in overtime, including the 2-point conversion. So pretty impressive for Sam Darnold to be able to throw that behind him, move forward, and get the win.
Seahawks now with control over the NFC West, a win next week in Carolina, and then a win in the regular season finale down in Santa Clara over the 49ers would not only clinch the NFC West, but it would likely clinch the number 1 overall seed in the NFC. Home field advantage comes with it, and a first-round playoff bye. But the Seahawks now have 10 days to rest in preparation for the game against the Panthers next week.